This is the Lincoln MKC. It shares its underpinnings with the Ford Escape and goes up against competitors such as the Infiniti QX50 and Lexus NX. Today, we're going to find out if this American crossover has what it takes to justify its 192,000 dirham price tag. Now, the MKC has been around since 2015 and has just undergone a facelift. The most noticeable change is that the split-wing grille on previous models has been replaced by the new corporate grille found on newer Lincoln models such as the Continental and the Navigator. Apart from that, not much else has changed. But that's not such a bad thing because the MKC is a very well-designed car. In terms of interior design and quality, Lincoln's done a fantastic job. Sure, there's large pieces of plastic, especially along the center console, but that is offset by the soft leather and wood trim. Speaking of quality, the wood trim used on the dashboard and door panels is made from real wood and is not plastic that's painted to look like wood, something we've seen in many cars. Being a family car, the second row is just as important as the first, if not more, and the MKC impresses with plenty of headroom and legroom. Adding to the comfort is the fact that it reclines, there's rear AC vents, charging ports and cup holders too. Boot space measures in at 714 litres with the second row in use and expands up to 1,500 litres with the second row folded flat. If you're wondering how that matches up to its rivals, it's more than the Lexus NX, but is not as much as the Infiniti QX50. On the feature front, the Lincoln MKC is unable to keep up with its rivals. For nearly 200,000 dirhams, it doesn't offer adaptive cruise control, automated parking, 360-degree cameras or wireless charging, features that many buyers have come to take for granted. What it does offer is a 10-way power-adjustable driver's seat with memory settings, a panoramic roof, a touch infotainment screen with Sync 3, navigation, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, 4 USB charging ports and a brilliant 9-speaker premium audio system. On the safety side of things, there's a remote engine starter, tire pressure monitoring system, driver knee airbag, front and side airbags, and an SOS post-crash alert system. To drive, the Lincoln MKC feels luxurious, and that's down to several factors. Sure, it's to do with the amount of leather in the cabin, but it's also to do with the quietness and isolation from things like road and wind noise. That is achieved by using a combination of acoustic glass and active noise cancelling technology, just like what you'd find in expensive headphones. Speaking of being luxurious, I must highlight that Lincoln has put all their efforts into this, and that is a pleasant change. Nowadays, many manufacturers try balancing sportiness with luxury, and while very few are able to hit the mark, most of the time you end up with a crossover or an SUV that is neither very sporty nor very luxurious. Talking numbers, the MKC is fitted with a 2-litre turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that produces 245 horsepower and 373 Newton meters of torque. This is pushed through a 6-speed automatic transmission to the front wheels, making this another area the MKC loses out to the competition since both the Lexus NX and the Infiniti QX50 offer all-wheel drive configurations. Drive modes do exist, namely normal, comfort and sport, but they are difficult to access and require plenty of scrolling through the small instrument cluster display. The fastest way is to change the transmission mapping by going from D to S using these neat dashboard-mounted gear controls. If you're new to the brand or have never driven a Lincoln before, then they are different and will probably require some getting used to. Despite having a power-assisted steering that is light at low speeds and gains heft at higher speeds, the MKC is not the easiest to drive. And I say that because for a small car, it's got pretty big blind spots. The A and B pillars are chunky, and the side mirrors awkwardly magnify images, making it really difficult to see if there's a car besides you, and if so, how far it really is. Thankfully, there's blind spot monitoring. The Lincoln MKC. It looks good and it drives well. As you've seen, it's not perfect and there's plenty of room for improvement, especially on the feature front. But don't disregard it straight away, because at 192,000 dirhams, it's 30,000 dirhams less than the Lexus NX and a whopping 50,000 dirhams less than the Infiniti QX50. And that's big enough reason to go check it out if you're looking for a car in this segment. Thanks for watching.